And with that, I want to welcome Joseph with Ignite Business Insider.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Let me grab that from you. So, today I'm talking about Ignite. Ignite is looking for our next editor-in-chief. How many of you guys have been published in a magazine? Show of hands. You've been published? Awesome.
I've been published in your magazine.
Yeah. So, statistically, less than 1% of all businesses will ever get published in a magazine. If you notice, it's always the same companies. Elon Musk is going to get in the news again, but your business would have to burn down for you to get like even local press. So on March 27th at 11:50, Debbie Talenko was our first published article in Ignite. And why that matters and what's magic about that is that she did it herself. She went online, she filled out this form, she clicked this button, and our system created this article, and it was instantly. What was even more spectacular was that she clicked this button, her and her friends clicked this button, and it shared her article on social media. Each of our articles is viewed by an average of 5,200 people, which is incredible because they're not my audience. Traditional media relies on our audience to get that. This is not my audience. Ignite is a user-generated, self-publishing digital magazine platform. And I say platform because people are able to go into it, leave artifacts behind, and share their article to grow their own business. So we're for them to tell their story, to grow their business. Essentially, into a different mousetrap. Why this matters is because local businesses don't get the press. With this, they can get the press. The traditional cost for getting featured in a magazine, real estate agents will pay $2,400 just to get that feature, a quarter page. It costs a lot. This is between $1 to $14.99 tops. You can also publish 24/7, so you're not having to wait for press cycles and the politics of local media. And the most important part, it's shareable. If you've been published, it's so hard to share that. You've got to take a photo, you got to try to squeeze it for can. These are shareable. So then the obvious question is, well, can't people just post to social media? And if you look, people do, but they look like ads. I don't know why we behave so weird on social media. We just vomit our stuff on people on social media. With this, though, it's storytelling. It's a conversational interview. It's sharing your story, and it helps draw out what makes that company unique. And you just don't see enough of that on social media. So, how do we make money? Well, Senator, we sell digital ads. And they're priced well. They're comparably very cheap compared to print media. The other magic part is they're self-published as well. So a brand can go in, they can fill out this form, they can pay and publish, and it goes right onto the website. And it's there for a year, and it's fully clickable. So how do we make money? We sell those article fees. So instead of $1,200 or $2,700, $1 to $14.99. We sell digital ads and video features. So that brings me to what we're looking to do here is expand. So we're looking for our next editor-in-chief. So what does it mean to be an editor-in-chief of a digital magazine? Well, very easily, they're the own editor-in-chief. They also earn 50% of all commissions, up to 90%. So if they hit sales volumes, then I'm willing to pay out 90% commissions on everything. Not some things, everything. I put on here the time is 30 to 60 minutes. It's not, it's like 20. In our contract, they're contractually 20 minutes a day. and they're independent. And this is how easy it is. So Natalia is our editor-in-chief for Ignite Denver Insider. I gave her this text. She long presses on it, and then she goes to Facebook groups, and she looks for somebody who posted an ad or an article about promo for their business, and then she wants them to be featured. And the magic of that is that that person then gets that invite, they click that, they click that, they click that, and they share it, and so it grows. Am I completely?
You can, I mean,
Okay. So we're looking to expand, and why? Because we want that for local businesses, for a person in an area who wants to launch this in their city, they can make money and they can help support local businesses. And then how that works is they apply for a territory, they schedule a call with me, they digitally sign the contract and pay, and then we create the digital magazine. They have their digital magazine up and running within 72 hours. So we're looking for our next editor-in-chief, and my ask for 1 Million Cups is this a clear path to revenue for a person who would be looking to start their own business? Maybe they've wanted to start a business, they don't really know the mechanics of it, you know, and without, does this eliminate some of the hassle of starting from scratch? So this is my ask for you guys. And I can go into other stuff, but yeah.
Sweet.
If you wouldn't mind.
Yeah. I feel official.
How bad did I go over? Like a full minute?
You went, yeah, about a full minute.
I was like 4 minutes in practice. Yeah, cool.
We have enough time.
Yeah.
So didn't want to rush you. I enjoy it. This is the time for questions from the audience. So.
And if you guys wouldn't mind, would you mind? We'll do so it gets picked up on the.
Sure, we'll pass it around.
Yeah.
So is this a clear path to revenue for a person who would be looking to start a business? If the business you're talking about is being like a territory manager or being an editor-in-chief here, it's not that clear what revenue there's in it for me, boots on the ground, like what's the current revenue for you, and if there are existing territory managers, what's the revenue for them? And if this is early on, are you willing to maybe cut me in to help prototype the business model?
It's a good question, and the answer is this is setting up new territories and new cities, so they would be starting from scratch, and the 50% commission across the board. Also, with sales volumes, they can get up to 90% commission. So at about 70% commission, they should be able to afford help.
What I'm wondering more is like dollar-wise, how much are they earning today?
So they would be earning nothing to begin with. For the first month, we would run a special, and then they should start earning revenue first month and second month.
Thanks.
Yeah, good questions.
So, first off, I'm really impressed by the engagement of the presentation. I especially the quick slides, a lot of images. It really drives my attention as you're presenting, and that's the main thing I just wanted to comment. That's super high engagement.
Very cool. Did I cover did you get a quick understanding pretty fast?
Yeah, I got a quick understanding, and it sustained my attention. I wanted to keep listening to find out more.
Okay, awesome, cool.
Is this working?
It's
Can't
for
tell.
the
Okay.
Facebook Live.
It's like I can't tell. I was mostly, got it. I was just curious if you have a proof of concept. Did you do it in Denver already? Maybe some information about what that looked like would be helpful.
So yeah, so that was kind of and I could get into that more, but we launched, and this was Debbie, our first article a year ago. So these are people are publishing. Nico just published his article, and on average, each article gets about 5,200 new views. So it's it's working. It's not like people put an article in and then we're like, gee, I wish somebody saw this.
Right. Yeah. I guess those numbers were impressive. It was just not 100% clear to me that was like this particular market. So.
Okay, yeah. This was Ignite, and now we're expanding into cities.
Got
We
it.
just last week launched. Natalia took over as editor-in-chief for Ignite Denver Insider.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Great presentation. I want to echo that. It was very engaging. Trying to understand the product better. It's like the screenshots make it look like a magazine cover, right? Like you're on the cover of a magazine. Is it entirely consisting of like these articles that business owners are creating about themselves? And the idea is you've got kind of a website where when people go to look at it, it's like, oh, I'm reading about this in a business magazine. So this, like, for lack of a better word, seems legit.
Yeah.
Like, is there other content in the magazine? Are you expecting people to be like browsing the site, reading various articles? Or is the idea more like, I can share this kind of professional looking thing that gives my business credibility and is going to help me like get more visibility to my business?
Yeah, good question. So primarily this is, let's say that realtor, they've got a new listing. Where are they going to advertise that? So they put that on the MLS. Right now, because of the NAR change, this is really tough for them. So they're kind of running around trying to figure out how do I market my business? They want to market each listing, but how? Or in the interior design world, when a person finishes a project, they want to feature that project. They have to wait for the magazine to have the timing. They've got to submit an article in the winter for it to land in the spring. So there's these cycles, and they never get that press, or it's late. Here, they can finish a project. They can go into the home and interior design section. They can create an article and publish it and share it with their network and start getting new business from it. They don't have to wait, and they're clickable. And so those eyeballs matter, but also the timing matters. This gives all businesses a chance. Let's say a restaurant is opening a new location. They've got to send out press releases and hope that somebody gets back to them so that they can grow their business. Screw that. Why shouldn't they have the opportunity to grow their business right now? Let people know, hey, just hired a new chef, we got a new location, we got a new menu, we're running a new special. Why should they have to wait for that? Now, you can browse all of those in the different sections. So they're always there. It's not just one image. You can browse through and discover other articles, which is what we see people doing. When I look over at our analytics, people are moving around the website really well. This was yesterday's site traffic. So they're moving around the website really well. So they come in for the one article, but they discover other businesses too. And because Ignite was international, if you could see from here, it was international. The Ignite Denver is not. It's highly local. So this really gives every local business a fighting chance to get press so that they can grow their business.
Awesome. Very cool. And cool to see people like coming on from one article and discovering others. That's awesome.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of moving around.
Yeah, great presentation. I really like the angle that you're taking at this, because it does give legitimacy to something that may have gone unheard of in some cases. I see this in my neighborhood too. Like I live up in Erie, and Erie has a publication that comes out. It ends up on my doorstep, and it features people that are in the town, and it's very professional looking. But I like this angle, like what you have created here, for people to self-publish. So bravo to that. My question would be, people really like this kind of long form conversation nowadays, and I see that's kind of where you're going with this. Have you ever thought about putting any kind of like dictation feature in there for people to be able to listen to these stories, like podcasts? Conversational AI has developed really good nowadays to where people could write their own stories and then they could be dictated to people that are driving down the road.
So Google has that. Your phone already has it. So you can actually just hit play. Google and Apple have already embedded that onto your cell phone. So I can add an extra little icon, but in reality, your phone already does that.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, that's cool. And it already exists.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Oh, could you pass it on? Hey, man.
Great presentation. I like the interpretive dance portion.
Yeah, no, that was my favorite part too.
Yeah. I'm wondering about expansion on that because I have seen the site and everything. The one thing that I always kind of wonder is people are going on there and they're publishing their own stuff. Have you ever thought about essentially having some sort of almost like a follow-up from a third party and kind of breaking down like the original, they said they wanted to do this, and then 3 months later we look back, this worked, this didn't, and so on. Because I mean, obviously it's geared towards the business community, and that's always my curiosity of like there's a lot of ideas on there, and there's always that part in your mind of like I wonder how much this actually worked, what didn't work, and then as a business owner, what can I steal?
Yeah. So I did retool, and I didn't show the Denver website because we're still getting content on it. But on the Denver website, we did do a few things differently. So we have categories that matter to more of the popular businesses. There's an inspiration section for just anybody. But let's say you're a restaurant and you come in and you get sent the little invite to be featured. The way that we ask the questions, let's see, right here. On here, I just had one question. But on the new one, we have 8 questions. The first 2 questions are very generic, just kind of an overview of your business. The second 2 questions are more of like, hey, you're here to make an announcement. The next 2 questions are, you've got for real estate, you've got a new listing. For a restaurant, you've got a new menu item or a new location. So we have 8 different options. So a person can come in that first time and just do an overview, or maybe they want to announce that they've got a new event going on. They've got a visiting music artist at their restaurant and they want to promote that. They can always come back in and pay for another ad, another article, and tell a different story. They could come in repeatedly, and that's going to fall into the food section. But they can market that out and let people know, hey, we got an artist coming by this weekend. We've got a new menu change. We got a new chef. Hey, let's do another update. So they can constantly be using this to say that they were featured in Ignite Denver or Ignite Wichita or Ignite Madison or Ignite wherever and get the media attention that they need. And then people can always come back and rebrowse it. And I didn't touch on it too much, but I did talk about the revenue streams too. Where's that? Right here. So the video features. So for Channel 2 News to come out to video 1 million cups, somebody would have had to die. Like this would have been like ridiculous. Like that's the only reason Channel 2 News would come out here. But for Ignite, you can actually book the editor-in-chief to come out here, set up a camera just like that, mic you up just like the microphone I have, and you can tell your feature story, your product update story. We've got a bunch of different categories. They stand there with a cue card. So now you can actually do a video feature like you were on the local news and send that out the same way. So it's more dynamic and has more value. We also have a jobs section. And none of your local doesn't have time, and it's not fast enough to have a job section. So with ours being digital, it does. Can you pass that up? Did that answer?
What's your affiliation with Business Insider? Do they promote your content?
So they're Business Insider, different company. We're Ignite Business Insider, totally different company. And then now that we're in cities, we're Ignite City Insider.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Just got to echo the sentiment of the room. The presentation was great. I very clearly articulated the value prop for both the territory managers, those who published the article, so that was really, really clear. Unless I'm missing something, it looks like Facebook is right now the only main distribution channel. Do you have plans for others, even physical ones, like QR codes or print or YouTube for the video features? Are there plans for those kind of? Because I see a ton of value in a one-click publish to all these channels, LinkedIn, Facebook. If you have a video feature, YouTube, physical print and QR codes and all that. Like, there just seems to be so much opportunity for distribution too, beyond just Facebook. I was just kind of curious.
Yeah, so I wish. This is all built on Wix. And so in the studio version, they have more options. In the version that I'm used to playing with, they only have the Facebook one. Turns out, though, that's not even our big traffic driver. It turns out that when Mimi right here submitted her article for her charcuterie company, our system automatically, when you hit publish, when you publish your article, wherever that was, yeah, when you hit that publish article, publish your story, it does two things. It takes you right over to your article. It takes you right over there. It also sends you an email that says, congratulations, your article has been published. Here's your URL link. Share this on social media, your website, and your email marketing campaign. Now with Ignite Denver and the new scalable model, it will send follow-ups for the next 4 months. It sends one immediately that says congratulations. In 3 days, it sends another one that says your article is getting eyeballs. Here's ways to share it. In 5 days, it'll send you another one that says keep the momentum going. Here's how to share it. So we stay in front of it. And then we start saying in a week or so, publish another article. Here's other ways to tell your story. Then we start hitting them with advertising upsells, the video upsells, the job posting upsells. So for about 4 months, you're going to get those. If you click on any of those and do any of those, now you get this whole other train of follow-ups. So really, Natalia, as the editor-in-chief for Ignite, all she does is copy this, invites you, the system takes it from there, and when you book a video session, then she gets a notification on her phone that says next Thursday at 1 o'clock, she's got to go to your business, you're going to be doing this type of a video. She shows up with those cue cards, this equipment, and we were already paid. So from a person who's looking at launching this in their city, 20 minutes a day, sending out that message, inviting people to get press. We also have a QR code where she can, if she's at an actual event, she can share it and invite people in person. Also, anybody can. So if you were featured and you want to share that with somebody else, you can click the QR code and share that with anybody. So it's very easy for her. She's 20 minutes a day, and then when she does have to show up on site, she was already paid.
Got it. Yeah, that makes sense. And like having the email with all the sources, information you need in the URL, that's huge. So that answers my question.
Yeah, awesome.
So something
you made great eye contact the entire time. Like you look around and you're up here and there's like
you're engaging. It's your presenting skills. So I'm curious. Something I'm seeing trending a lot on social media is like join me for a weekend in X city. I'm curious. So you have an events page. It sounds like. Is that right?
We have on the articles, you can choose the article style that lets you promote that you've got an event coming up.